was described as this bubblegum, sweet, delicious. It was not bubblegum, it was not sweet, it was not delicious. That stuff smelled like plastic. Hello, I'm Bdk Parfums and welcome to my channel. Here we talk about all things perfume, beauty and lifestyle. Today I'll be going over perfumes I decluttered. Include perfumes that I just fell for the hype, and you know what happens when you fall for the hype with perfumes. You end up buying perfumes you don't really love and they just fill up your shelf space. When I started my perfume journey, I was very easily influenced. And I make content, so I think I influence others as well. But when I started my perfume journey, I was not going for fragrances that I genuinely loved. I was majorly going for fragrances because someone I liked it, or just because I want to be able to say, oh yes, I have this fragrance, or just for the hype because I don't fear of missing out, FOMO. I don't want to be the only one that have not tried that fragrance or does not have that fragrance. Now I will say, in building my perfume journey, there were some that I bought for the hype and totally worth the hype, but there were a lot that I bought that I just had to realize it's not like there was something wrong with the perfume. Even though some of them, they just but there were some that it wasn't the perfume, it was just me. I needed to take time getting to know my perfume taste and what I liked in perfume rather than just buying anything. So let's go over perfumes that I've decluttered. Over here I have like my Macari completed list of perfumes I decluttered and had to let go. This is just the ones that I actually sold on Macari, but for a lot that I give out to family and friends, so I'm gonna be going over each of them. Here we have Xerjoff La Capitale. Let me pull up the perfume notes. I remember clearly how excited I was for La Capitale because there was just so much hype around it, and I don't like to feel like I'm missing out. I don't like that feeling at all. Like fragrance mutuals that loved it, and then I would not even say that was like a bad blind buy. It was just one of those buys that those perfumes I bought before I realized what I liked in perfumes and what I cannot stand. So La Capitale has notes of strawberry, caramel, peach, lamp leather, amber, saffron, rose, ginger, bourbon, vanilla, benzoin. I love peach in perfumes because peach in perfumes just sit on my skin so freaking pretty. It's one of those perfume notes that honestly, if it has peach, it would most likely sit on my skin pretty. Now I have to tell you, when I bought that perfume, I did not look up the notes before I bought it. I bought it solely based on hype and the fact that a lot of my mutuals had actually enjoyed it, and I'm like, oh, I think I like it, and I fixated. That's one of my biggest things. I tend to fixate on perfumes. I'll just be like, yes, I want that, you can tell me anything, and I just had to have it for my birthday. So when I pulled up the notes, I was still impressed because strawberry, caramel, peach, amber, saffron, rose, those are all notes that I have worked with and I liked, especially something opening with strawberry, and it was one of those strawberry scents that everyone was talking about. At that time there weren't a lot of perfumes that had strawberry as the opening note. Really excited to have a perfume with strawberry in the opening note. Now let me tell you why I decluttered it. I kept it for like a year because I kept thinking, okay, maybe I'm gonna eventually like it. The leather, the leather in that perfume did not work with me. Like I tried so hard. It smelled good. You don't get too much of the caramel, but you do get the strawberry, a little bit of that peach, you get the amber, you get the saffron. It smells expensive, it smells luxurious, and I love Xerjoff. Before I got that, I already had Eba Pura and I loved it, so I had really high hopes for it. I just could not stand the leather. The leather was I could not stand the leather at all, and I tried. I kept it for a year before I decluttered it, and I just kept trying to wear it over and over, but every time I wore it, it's like everyone around me was enjoying it more than I was, because on me that leather was just, it felt like it was suffocating, like it was choking me out. It was too much for me. It just overpowered every other note in it for me, so I didn't get to enjoy the other notes. All I could focus on was the leather and how it sat on my skin, and I did not like that. I did not like that at all. So that's why I decluttered that. That is not to say you may not enjoy it. Now if you don't love leather, the first thing I would say is it's definitely something you may want to sample first. Not saying you will not enjoy it, but with the leather, it's prominent. It's not going anywhere. It's there from the beginning to the end of that fragrance. Like, you're going to smell that leather for sure. So if you like leather and you want something sweet with a strawberry and peach, I think you would enjoy it. If you're someone that you don't enjoy leather in perfumes, or like me, it can easily get overpowering for you, don't do it. Don't do it. Okay. So yeah, that was one of the very first perfumes I actually decluttered. And keep in mind, I didn't even used to declutter fragrances. I was one of those people that rather than declutter fragrances, I would rather give it out to friends and family. But then I was losing a lot. I was giving them all these expensive fragrances, but I wanted more. It's not like once I decluttered, it's like, oh, I don't want any more fragrances. I wanted more. So it felt like once I started decluttering, I was able to curate my perfume collection to what I wanted it to be, because now I could then get the fragrances I love and enjoy. So I always make it a point to only like declutter things that, or like declutter or carry things I bought with my money. Just ethics, you know. So let's continue. So another fragrance I decluttered is Mancera Velvet Vanilla. Let me pull up that note. I remember my reaction to that one. So I am a Mancera fan, tops down. Like, I love Mancera perfumes. One of the very first I tried was Instant Crush. Fell in love with it. Then I tried Roses Vanilla. I'm like, ooh, another banger. Then I tried Black Vanilla. I'm like, even better. But then I thought Velvet Vanilla was gonna be the one that I fell in love with again. It was not. It really was not. It was described as this bubblegum, sweet, delicious. It was not bubblegum. It was not sweet. It was not delicious. That stuff smelled like plastic. It was so bad I couldn't even wear it. That's how much I did not enjoy it. Like, I'm the kind of person that if I open a fragrance and I don't like it, I would most likely let it sit on my skin, because I mean, like the way it sits on my skin better compared to how it smells just on paper. But that Velvet Vanilla, I couldn't even let it sit on my skin. It was a no from the start. So this has pear, angelica, black currant, pink pepper, mandarin orange, clove, tuberose, jasmine, neroli, rose, vanilla, and white musk. I love white florals. I talk about white florals all the time. I'm a tuberose girl through and through. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the angelica. I've never had that black currant or the clove. I don't know. The neroli with, I don't know. But the minute I sprayed that perfume, I'm like, yeah, this does not, I don't get no bubblegum. All I get is burned plastic. So it had to go. I think I unboxed it and the next day I put it up. Like, no, I'm not having this. I'm not keeping something I don't like. I'm not keeping something I don't enjoy. It has to go. I could not stand it. And that is not to say it doesn't smell good for some people. You might have it and completely enjoy it. I just don't. And I just could not get past that extremely synthetic smell. It just, it bugged me. It bugged me so bad. And it was a shocker for me, because I normally love almost everything from Mancera. So having that and just, I was like, nah, I had to let it go. I just had to let it go. Yes. So that's why I decluttered that one. Ocean de Goa. Oh, I also remembered that one. Hold on, let me pull up the notes of that one. Ocean de Gioia. Am I pronouncing that right? It's I'm gonna put the pictures of all the perfumes. It's Ocean de Gioia. I tried my best. So this is a fresh white floral scent. I really used to enjoy this. I used to really love Giorgio Armani perfumes. I remember when I had bought it, I bought my Way Intense as well. Giorgio Armani always has a sale going on their fragrances a lot of times, where you can most likely get it for half off. I don't know if they still do that, because this was like almost 3 years ago now. But I got those fragrances like half off from the Giorgio Armani site directly, and I thought it was a great deal. So I bought it because I needed something fresh and I needed something for everyday wear. Now, when I bought it, what I did not realize, or what I did not know about myself, was the fact that I don't like oceanic notes. I wore it for a bit. I would give it that. I wore it for at least a year and a half before I said, no, this needs to go. So it has pear, it has green notes, it has citruses, it has water, jasmine, lily of the valley, it has salt, it has rose, and it has musk. Now, they describe this as a white floral and fresh, I think, because of the water jasmine. I don't think it's a white floral. But I think the biggest thing that I could not stand on my skin is salt. That's another perfume note that I try to avoid as much as I can, if I can, because I just don't like salt in perfumes. And having that perfume that has salt, once it sat on my skin after a while, it just smelled funky to me. I don't know if it's my skin chemistry or whatever. I just never liked like any perfume that has salt on my skin. Even if I've seen perfumes that have salt really work for other people, just not me, to be honest. So I don't know, I think it's a skin thing. I don't think there's anything wrong. I think it smells great. I just think the salt in it, the pure definitely is why I was able to wear it for so long, but the salt at some point I had to let it go, especially because I already had more fresh scents in my collection. Like I already had Flora Botanica by Balenciaga, and I like that one. It's fresh, it's green, but it doesn't have that salt note to it. So I'm like, I'll take that one instead of Aqua di Giora. So I had to let that one go. So let's move to the next one. Next one is Velvet Tonka by Bdk Parfums. Oh my gosh. This one has a little bit of story to it. Okay, so I bought that because of the almond. Keep in mind, I've never even tried an almond prominent perfume before that time. So I thought, you know, a lot of my mutuals liked it. Once again, I bought it for the hype. I said I'm going to try something with almond. When I tried the first time, it smelled really good. It smelled really good. And I'm like, okay. But then once it dries out, it just smells like plastic disc. At first I thought maybe I got a bad batch, but where I bought it from, I'm sorry, I refuse to give the excuse it was a bad batch as a reason why the fragrance I got did not smell good, because I bought it with the same money. You guys, it's not like I got a discount because it's a bad batch. I bought it full price, so there's no reason it should be a bad batch. So the major problem with that for me, this has almond, orange blossom, tobacco, rose oil, tonka bean, bourbon, vanilla, amberwood, and ambergris. It was just the almond, and it was just the way the almond is in that perfume. Because now I have tried other perfumes with almond and I like it. I don't mind it at all. Actually like it quite a bit. But the why I mentioned earlier that is a funny story attached is when I had listed it, a fragrance mutual had gotten it, but she got it and hated it even worse than I did. Well, she hated it a lot. So there's just nothing there's not much to say about that except the fact that I didn't like it. I just did not like it, and that was really weird because that was I think that was the first Bdk perfume I bought. But after that, I had gotten Pas Ce Soir, which I love, and I also got Gris Chanel much later, which I actually really love. So that's also one of those, like, I like the perfume house and I've tried different perfumes from them that you get one and it's like, oh. So that was that one. It may work for you if you like almond and you like ambergris together. It just did not, it didn't do it for me. I hated the way it sat on my skin. It was one of those perfumes I would wear and just want to go take a shower and scrub it off my skin. I hated the way it sat on my skin, so had to let that one go. Next, I decluttered House of Sillage Cheavaux and House of Sillage Cherry Garden. I'm going to talk about those two together, and I'm going to put their pictures here. Have you heard that sound? They just did not stand out to me, and for the price I bought them, I was so mad at myself that I fell into the hype for that brand, just because I remember I bought it during like December, and if you know that perfume house, they do a lot of sales during December, and I'd come on YouTube actually to come watch reviews to hear what people have said. I wish they had been a little bit more honest. I wish I found a review that said this perfume is overpriced. I don't think it's what you should go for. At that point, I was also looking for a strawberry scent, and I believe the Cheavaux was a strawberry scent. Let me just do a little disclaimer to say they didn't smell bad. They smelled okay, but for the price, no. So after a while, it just felt like I was keeping them in my collection for the bottle. The bottles are really pretty, I'll give them that. The bottle, the packaging, very inviting, very pretty. So I kept it for a while because it looked really good on my shelf. It was like a little decoration, but I'm like, a little decoration for that price? No. So I just let it go. I went to ask, why did you let it go? It just did not start. It was not worth it. It was not worth that price point. So I have not promoted, I have not bought anything from that brand in a while, because anytime anyone asks me, the first thing I'll say is I don't think it was worth that price. I just don't think so. I think it looks good. I think it smells okay, but not for that price. I'm sorry. So that's why I let both of them go. The next fragrance I decluttered was Burberry Her. Oh, A lot of people talked about this one. When I decluttered this one, a lot of people had a lot of things to say as to why it smells so good. I'm not disclaiming that. I think it smells really, really good. And once again, I was on the hunt for perfume with strawberry notes. That's why I got Burberry Her, and I think I got it as like a gift set. I love gift set. You always get me with a good gift set. But the problem was the longevity was crap. I don't know what to talk about. I know they released like an intense or an elixir or something, and the longevity on that was much better. But the OG Burberry Her that I had, the longevity was subliminal to be even nice. It barely lasted 2-3 hours on my skin before I just don't smell it anymore. When I sprayed and left the house, it smells really good. Like, I love the scent. I would spray it all over. But honey, 2 to 3 hours? I know it's a designer scent, but 2 to 3 hours. It's giving Bath and Body Works. Yeah, and I said it. Yes. For those that it's your favorite scent, I'm not saying it should not be. I could have found ways to like layer it and make it last longer, but why do I want to go through all of that when I could just buy one that actually lasts? So it has strawberry, it has raspberry, it has blackberry, salt, cherry, blackcurrant, violet, jasmine, woody note, oak moss, so many notes. It smells good. It's one of those perfumes I decluttered that I can truly. It smells really good, and I used it quite a bit. I had a little dent by the time I let it go, and I let it go for a pretty good price too. I was past the point of keeping things just for the sake of keeping it, so I was like, just let it go, just let it go. I was done with it, so that's why I decluttered that. Next thing I decluttered was Dior Joy. I had a bottle of Dior Joy, and I had to let it go. Honestly, it just smelled basic. I don't have much to go into. Let me pull up the notes because I remember that's why I decluttered it. I used to have the travel size as well, and I would take that with me when I traveled a lot. So this has bergamot, mandarin orange, grassy rose. It has peach. I think I kept it for a while because of the peach. I really liked the fact that it had the peach, but over time it just smelled basic. So I'm like, oh yeah, I'm gonna let it go. I'm gonna let it go because I was, like I said, I was curating a perfume collection that I could be proud of, and just having something that I don't wear as often, I just was not reaching for it. There was also a time where I wore it a lot, so I think I got really tired of it, of what it smelled like or what it just smelled like on me. So I'm like, it's time to let go, and I think that's why I actually let that one go. There's no like deep reason there. And next thing I decluttered was Mancera Holidays. Without even pulling up the notes, I remember why I decluttered that one. I decluttered that one because of the coconut. It was too sickeningly sweet with the coconut. So once again, it was when I was like collecting Mancera perfumes, like Infinity Stones. Any Mancera perfumes, I'm like, give it to me, give it to me. I wasn't even looking at the notes, and I was getting them for a really good price. So I most especially was not looking at the notes. And I got this during summer when I was really searching for tropical scents. I didn't have a lot of it, and I wanted that. So this has coconut, it has bergamot, it has cherry flower, lang lang, it has sea notes, and it has vanilla pod, sandalwood, and white musk. Now, as I mentioned earlier, I don't do well with oceanic, sea notes, salt. I don't do well with it. So the coconut, the lang lang, and lang lang is a perfume note that I have noticed makes perfumes smell sweeter. It just smells too sweet. It smells sickeningly sweet. I couldn't bear the smell. It smelled like, oh, I'm like, oh, too sweet, too sweet. And if you love that scent, good. I actually wore it for a bit. I talked about it for a bit. I liked it when I first unboxed it, but once I started wearing it, I'm like, nah. It smelled like a teenager that is trying too hard. I don't want to smell like that. When I was looking for a tropical scent, I want something that would make me smell like I'm in Hawaii, you know, laying down. Not like I'm in the back of someone's back door pool or something. It just smelled too sweet. It smelled like a sunscreen that smells too sweet. That's what it smelled like. I'm not saying it smelled bad, it just didn't work for me. Too sweet, way too sweet. Another perfume I decluttered is Oriana-Parfums de Marley. That's another perfume I fixated over. Have you guys seen the bottle? Look at that bottle. It's pink, it's pretty. Why would I not want that? And as someone that I am a stan of Delina Exclusive, when I got Delina Exclusive, I said to myself, I have found the scent that just describes me as a whole. It's powdery, it's soft, it's feminine. So when I saw Oriana, I'm like, yeah, that looks like something I really enjoy. I was saying it smells like cotton candy, and I was like, oh, cotton candy. It did not really smell like cotton candy. It smells sweet. a hint of cotton candy and y'all made that stuff blow up like that. Anyways, I thought it smelled okay. I know a lot of muchos that love it, like they really enjoy it. It just did not work for me, and that's fine. I just could not justify keeping a $350 fragrance that smelled mid. I'm sorry, I cannot. My collection cannot afford to do that. Like, I thought it smelled nice, but if I'm opening up a $350 fragrance, I don't want to think, oh, it smells nice. I want to think, oh, wow, mind blown, chemistry reset. That's how I want to think. So if I'm not getting that reaction, I'm gonna let you go. I was at that point where I could be like, yeah, if I'm not getting that reaction, go, go, go. I'm letting you go. So that's why I decluttered that. Not because it didn't smell nice, just because I also think I set my expectations really high. Now I try to do that, where if there's a fragrance, I try not to hype it up in my mind. You know, it's kind of like when you expect something really high and you get it, but it's not that the stuff is not nice, it's just that your expectations were already off the roof. So that's definitely a big reason why I think it affected how I enjoyed it or how I viewed it. But yeah, that's why I had to let that go. Perfume I decluttered. I may have to do this as a part 1 and part 2 because I decluttered a lot of perfume. Yeah, I'm gonna stop this here. This is it's not even close to half of the perfumes that I've decluttered, so definitely be expecting a part 2 soon. Thank you so much for watching this video today, and I really do appreciate it. If you're not subscribed, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, like this video, share, turn on your notifications so you can get notifications when I do post a video.